पतंग सा था वो, कहाँ गया उसे ढूंढो।
He said, I'm very happy what you are doing, and Mukta, you have grown up now, grown up a lot and doing quite good. So I really remember him a lot, and he will be always in my heart.
बहती हवा सा था वो, उड़ती पतंग सा था वो, कहाँ गया उसे ढूंढो। हमको तो राहें थी चलाती, वो खुद अपनी राह बनाता, गिरता संभलता मस्ती में चलता था वो।
On top of trends in journalism, while all of us were in print, he moved on to television, and he excelled there. From television, we were all talking of digital. We all gave lip service to digital, but he actually hopped across, and he stayed there for a long time. I had, for a few months, I also worked with him as a vendor to Reliance to provide some content. And it was a very great experience, and it kind of brought back all the memories of the 3 odd years that I worked along with him.
सुलगती धूप में छाँव के जैसा, रेगिस्तान में गाँव के जैसा, मन के घाव पे मरहम जैसा था वो। हम सहने से रहते कुएं में, वो नदिया में गोते लगाता, उल्टी धारा चीर के तैरता था वो।
He had goodness in him, and he spread that goodness around. And I think everybody who knew him is going to carry some of that goodness with them for a long time.
From what I saw about Raghu was, he had keen sense of humor. He was very, very witty. I really feel that since we have all gathered here in his memory, I feel that Raghu lived a full life. He really did what he was chosen to do. This was his calling, and I feel that he also, the way he departed, was the best way he could.
Remembrance meeting has evolved. Brinda Valavalkar was the first to actually call me and say that Raghu had passed away. Suddenly I was shocked because just about 3-4 days before that we'd exchanged some messages on Facebook, and you won't believe it, I spent 2 or 3 years with Raghu in Economic Times, and it was those years where there was a lot of protest. We were trying to redefine what was journalism. There was the Dhirubhai Ambani coming up. He was writing those series for the Indian Express. All that was there. So with that backdrop, it was very intense, though just 2-3 years. After that, I lost touch with him, but the touch revived, and we kept on exchanging messages, email messages, couple of phone calls, but not really a very deep contact after the Economic Times days of the early 90s. So it was, it was this thing which was growing slightly, and it was a kind of a shock. Then Vrinda rang up to say that he had passed away. I didn't know that he had this, he had gone through this period of illness, and so I was sort of talking on WhatsApp, and then I said, why don't a couple of people like Vrinda and others just have a private remembrance meeting somewhere.
My first interaction with Mr. Raghunandan Dhar was in the year 2000, and we are of a much younger vintage than most of the speakers over here. We came in, 3 of us, as trainees, and we had just walked into the offices in Mumbai so that they would give us an internship. And I was with 2 other friends, and all of us were just talking, saying, no way they're going to take us. And then we said, we've got letters of introduction from our college for internships. And he just pointed to the door. And, we said, we go in there, and he said, yeah, just go. And it was Mr. Raghunandan Dhar. He was heading the organization. I don't know of any organization where an intern can walk into the office of the guy who heads it, but that happened in Mumbai.
And those were the walking days, you know. We were all barefoot journalists. Saroj Bana was one of the witnesses. Nandi came much later. That young man, my friend, he was also later in Express. He was among the star journalists like Shankar, Dhar, Raikar, Raghu Nandan Dhar, the letter writer. They were all journalists who we can call blue-blooded journalists who would chase stories on foot. They were not cosy journalists.